So I promised to talk about these, so I'm talking about them. Custom parts. I'm no stranger to custom parts. I bought custom parts before. Sometimes LEGO doesn't have something that you specifically need, or there's a specific print you want, or a minifig, or something. There's always something that is a gap in LEGO's market, and that's where third-party people come in. They will make custom guns, custom prints, custom molds, all using the same techniques that LEGO does. For example, I personally have bought guns from Brick Arms. I have bought custom plant pieces from Plant Sellers, some Eclipse Graphics stuff, and some Crazy Brick stuff. So these are a Crazy Bricks packet of crazy arms and crazy legs. I bought these so I can kind of pimp out my Stormtroopers. I want them to have more action poses. So this is basically going to be a review of what I think about the parts, me actually using the parts, and me posing the parts on a minifig. So we'll start out by opening this bag so I can show you everything that's in here, right? We'll open this guy. So they gave me some free legs of, I think they're called satyrs or something like that, right? I probably won't use these. I don't know what I would use these for. I don't really do mythical stuff. I don't do fantasy stuff. I only do Star Wars. So those are not really usable for me. So let's look at the legs first, because that was the most important thing that I wanted to buy. Oh, these are tricky to open. Where's my knife? There's my knife. Hold on. Let me get my trusty knife. Right. There we go. And open these bad boys up. There we go. So here's the legs. I got 3 different action poses. We got kind of like a kicking pose, right? We got a kneeling pose and kind of like a stepping up pose. So those were the 3 that I got. These are more of just a trial run for me to see how this looks. And then the arms we'll deal with later for now. So we'll deal with that later. Let's try the legs first. So the legs are very straightforward, right? They connect in the same spot that the legs normally do. So here's my Stormtrooper. I'm going to take his legs off. Bam. And I want to try this one first. So there's this pose. Come on, Mr. Stormtrooper. Like so, right? That looks pretty good. And then I have a base for him as well. I need to flip the plate around. 1 second. Flip this plate around. There we go. So there's him kneeling behind a rock wall. So that one works pretty well. I like that one. That one I think is pretty neat. Let's try the stepping up pose. Like so. Oh, that. So it'd be like this, right? He's not connected via any studs. If he was, it'd be like that, right? So that looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with these legs, honestly. I think they were a good purchase. Oh! He's like weirdly vaulting the wall. So that's an unusual one. I'm not exactly sure how I would use this one, but you know, it could be neat for some action poses if I want some really brave Stormtroopers. So the next thing I want to do is I want to try the arms, right? So let's pop these bad boys off. That was a very loud snap. I'm using an older Stormtrooper because I don't want to break my new ones. So I'm a little bit more concerned with those ones. Let's try this one. Trusty knife. Cuts through. Okay. So the steps for this are really easy, right? You'll take these kind of peg-looking things, and then you will put them inside, facing up. Now, if I remember correctly, they need to be arcing forward a bit. So let me do that real quick. Right? Oop. Put them in the wrong way, haha. Ah, there we go. That connects very nicely. So here is them arced in the position they need to be, right? Take the top of the Stormtrooper, kind of shove that through, like so. And on these, just kind of pop in place, don't they? They do. Awesome, and then we need the hands as well. Let's grab those hands. And then let's get the other one. Ah, almost dropped it. That would have sucked. Man, these are really interesting to use. Okay, blaster. That is one brave looking boy. Look at him just firing in that direction. It's a little odd, the positioning of the hands I think are a little unusual. It's supposed to be wielding a bow and arrow, I'm pretty sure, but that kind of gets the job done, I'd say. I think putting it in probably a more comfortable position of the hands could work. Let's try the javelin ones. I think maybe those might work a little better for the position I'm trying to put them in, right? So let's get these bad boys out here. Come on. I know you can't see it, but it's not too important until I put it on the stand, right? So let's pop Stormtrooper off again, and let's switch hand types. So pop this off, pop this off. Those pop off really easily, actually. Very easily. That's kind of nice. Okay. And now... Ooh. How can I position this to be a little better? Let's, instead of using these legs, let's use standard legs. That might be better. So let's switch to standard legs. Pegs in again. And then just to show you that these still work. Normal legs, still pegged in. Works just fine. And then let's put the javelin arms here. So I have an idea with this one. I want to make him look like he's running. So we'll put one arm in there, one arm in there. Right. So this one will kind of be bent this way. Kind of a running position. Gun up. But good timing. So now let's make him look like he's running. That actually looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that one. So I think these will take me some time to get used to. Kind of the posing, the max and mins, the limitations of the parts and stuff for sure. But I think I'll be able to get some good usage out of these. Again, I've never used them before in my life. I've seen them before by other people's models. But I personally have always never been a fan of them. But after buying them and like actually trying them out, I think they're pretty neat. I could definitely see the usability of these for small dioramas. If I was to do a huge scene, buying a ton of these is not cheap. I think just these 2 packs of arms and the 3-pack of legs, that was like $25. So if I want to do this for like a large scale diorama, I'm about to be broke. So I would definitely recommend these for like really small scale stuff where like the fine detail is really, really important. And so when you want to pose your characters properly, that's kind of an important attribute to have for minifig positions and stuff. Again, larger scale stuff, I think that'd kind of be a huge pain in the ass. I've seen people do like a kneeling, like this kind of thing. In other ways, using just taking the legs off the pegs of the hips and just repositioning them to make it look like they're kneeling or crouching or something. That's probably a possibility on a smaller budget, but I wanted to try these out and see what I thought. I'd say they're pretty good. I would recommend them, honestly. Especially if you're doing fantasy stuff. I think fantasy stuff, these would work a little bit better. Specifically the kneeling ones, right? This makes more sense for an archer, and less for a person with a gun, because the crouching you would probably doing with if you had a gun is the knees would be bent more forward. I wish there was actually one where this is flipped this way forward, so that I'd be able to have him kneeling, facing in the correct direction that I want him to. Like this, I could put it like this and have a blaster out that way. It would look a little weird. If the gun was longer, if I used a long gun, and then probably these kind of arms, or like, where is the bent arm? This arm, right, with the long gun, I think that could work well. So positioning will need to be some workarounds, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and all that jazz, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.